Good evening. Wishing you a joyous festivities week. Today, on the occasion of Diwali coming on, we bring to you a conversation on prosperity. And who better to talk about prosperity than the high performance coach, the lady who coaches people on abundance mindset, the lady who herself practices abundance mindset and has grown leaps and bounds in her journey just by working on the belief system around money. Let's bring on Meghna Malkan.
Hey,
Hi,
hello,
Meghna.
hello, hello.
Hi.
Thank you so
कैसी
much,
हो?
Kanchan, for having me over. I'm fantastic. How have you been? You're glowing and you're looking so
Awesome.
beautiful in this saree.
Thank you. Thank you. कैसे हो?
Good, very well, fantastic,
And
abundant, I should say.
how's the preparation for Diwali going on?
Good. I think the spirits are much higher this time compared to last year, and it's a very happy, happy feeling all around.
Wow. And being India's first female author, first woman author to write on stock trading,
Oh my God.
how is how is stock trading and prosperity correlated, मेघना? और जो लोग स्टॉक ट्रेडिंग नहीं करते हैं उनके लिए prosperity कैसी होती है as per you?
So stock trading की पहले बात करते हैं because that is one thing that has but because the education I was a lawyer and I was working as a lawyer. From that I moved to becoming a stock trader. So that says it all about how rough my journey was as a stock trader because when I was working in a corporate, money was something that I wasn't dealing with firsthand. You get it? You work for 30 days and then at the end of the month you get paid a check. This is how it worked for me. But then what happened when I entered into the stock market was day in and day out, it was all about money. Every action of yours is translating into money, like, money going up or money going down. That was what had happened. And that is the time, Kanchan, where money issues started opening up for me. When I became more aware of what my thoughts are about money, it was all about money. So that was the time when I really, you can say, I started working on my abundance. And it was more about, for me, getting the success out of the trader in me was more about working on my beliefs about money. Because the way I
Meghna,
grew up,
hmm. Meghna,
yeah.
when you talk about your beliefs on money, most of us, like I come from a very humble background. I come from a very humble middle class, or maybe a low middle class background, and then uh, there the belief system around money was like huge and very staunch. कि बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ती है पैसा कमाने के लिए.
Exactly,
What was your
exactly.
background and what was your belief system?
So Kanchan, ditto with me as well, because I came from a very humble background, and my father owned a business where he used to work 14 hours a day. I don't remember much of the time spent with my father in, where, current time when I say Vishal being home at 5 o'clock to play with the kids and all, we didn't have that kind of luxury at that point of time. He owned a huge business, but that was all about, working very hard. So one of the core beliefs about money that I had while growing up was that you need to work very hard to earn money, right? Along with the belief that there's never enough. So इन सब beliefs के साथ अभी पता चलता है when you're being present to them that they were all limiting beliefs. These were all the beliefs that were not serving me well in my endeavor to make money from stock market, because stock market doesn't want you to work like, the way other manufacturing people work. It's not about the physical work, it's not about traveling, but it's all about your mind. So ये सब beliefs के साथ when I started trading, that's when I realized that भैया यहाँ पे तो ट्रेडिंग की बात कम है, लेकिन पैसों के बारे में पहले समझने की बात ज्यादा है. That's how it all really started opening up.
मेरा ट्रेडिंग और नो ट्रेडिंग मतलब अगर आप किसी भी बिजनेस किसी भी एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में जाओ या
Hmm.
आप even me as an artist, you know the kind of belief system I had and the way I have worked on it. So even while in a job we all have that growing up nuts and bits and pieces that have been put into our mind. पैसे पेड़ पे नहीं उगते.
पहले
पैसों के
कमा
लिए
के दिखाओ
बहुत
तो पता चलेगा.
पैसे हाँ पैसों के लिए बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ती है.
Exactly, exactly.
It takes a long time to be successful and prosperous in life.
True.
बहुत ज्यादा पैसे अच्छे नहीं होते. you know um, पैसों के साथ बहुत बुराइयां आती हैं.
Yes.
एंड
रिच पीपल मे बी जो अमीर लोग हैं उन्होंने कुछ तो गलत किया है अमीर बनने
कुछ
के
तो
लिए.
गलत किया है अमीर बनने के लिए. सही रास्ते पे
Yes.
चल के अमीर नहीं बन सकते. तो ये सब जो बिलीव्स हैं ये सब जो मिथ्स हैं इनको कैसे तोड़ा जा सकता है? हाउ डू वी चेंज देम?
So what are you saying, Kanchan, is right, that this is all about, it's just not about trading. In trading, you realize more because you're dealing firsthand with money. But be it any job, any profession, or even if you're a homemaker, the money beliefs directly affect the kind of abundance you create in your life. So here, इससे एक step अगर आगे सोचे, तो the question is just not about scarcity or lack in terms of wealth, but scarcity and lack in terms of your thoughts. That's the whole thing all about. Because अगर आपके दिल में या दिमाग में lack है, तो it will not be just about money, it will be just about everything in life. It would be about your relationships. Maybe if you're finding that money is not enough, then maybe somewhere in a few relationship you'll also find that the person is not enough for me, the relationship is not enough, or there's not enough love. वो जो not enough conversation है, it spills over to everything over and above money and wealth.
Meghna, when you spoke about the correlation of relationships and love with money, I just remembered a conversation while both you and me were present, and I had asked our mentor Sidra Jaffrey कि अगर प्यार नहीं है तो क्या abundance नहीं हो सकता? You remember that? And she had said that love and abundance go hand in hand.
Yes.
Can you explain that concept?
Yes. So it's like we human beings we are capable of, there are two predominant emotions that we have into us, and only one can remain at one point of time, and these two emotions are either love or fear. अगर लव है तो फियर की कोई जगह नहीं है, लेकिन अगर फियर है तो लव आ ही नहीं सकता है. So when you're in this love state, when you're in this love grace, that is the time when there is abundance happening to you, manifesting into your life from all the sides. That is why love and abundance, they always go together. Because when you come from love space, it's always about I am enough and I have enough. And that is the abundant space. You getting it? That's how they're two connected. लेकिन अगर लव को निकाल दिया तो फियर रह गया, और फियर है तो इट इज ओनली लैक एंड स्कैरसिटी. abundance घर कभी नहीं करेगा फियर में. That's how it's always like love and abundance going together.
So, which means ki if your relationship with yourself, your spouse, or your other relationships in life have any kind of insecurity, jealousy, any kind of fear,
Hmm.
तो इसका मतलब you will encounter or suffer lack in life, whether even if you have enough money in hand.
Absolutely. Oh my God. You're so bang on, babe. You're so bang on. What happens is, the word jealousy itself means that suppose someone's wearing a beautiful sari. You see that lady in a sari, and the first thought, if that comes out, if that's the thought that kind of that comes out in your heart, is like, she has it. Why don't I have it? मेरे पास क्यों नहीं है, इसके पास ही क्यों? That's a jealousy thought, which is very different from an envy thought. When you envy, you just made, oh my God, wow, she has it, and even I want to be having it someday. I love it that she has it. How do I have it? That's envy.
So
Like
envy
jealousy,
can be positive. Envy can be positive,
yes,
wherein
exactly,
you can derive the courage to move forward. You can derive the strength
exactly.
to grow and prosper further. But
That's
the
why with good
moment
friends you say,
jealousy,
oh, I envy you, right? That's how it comes on, right? But jealousy is a different emotion altogether, though we use these words very casually as a substitute for one another, but they are not. So jealousy is a completely different feeling. Jealousy denotes the lack. It denotes the scarcity in your mind. जो सोचने वाला बंदा है, उसके दिमाग में, you can make out from the words that they use, how dare you have it when I don't, is the kind of thought process that jealousy says.
or even a conversation or a question like, "Oh, you have enough." "Oh, you have
Yes,
enough" is also a
yes,
jealousy statement.
yes. And how
That
often are we aware of this, even this thought
and that
crossing into our
means that
minds?
you are operating from lack.
Yes, that means you're operating from lack. And the secret, Kanchan, is that the universe does not like lack. The moment you give this sign to the universe that I have this lack, abundance dur bhagta hai. That's the whole thing. So we denote lack. हम लोग lack की language communicate करते हैं, बहुत ही subtle manner में communicate करते हैं. Sometimes we don't even realize when we say things like, oh, I don't have enough, or oh wow, but I don't deserve it. These are all the signs that you are giving this message to the universe that, hey, I'm operating from lack. I'd rather stay in lack, right? And then that is how abundance refuses to manifest in your life.
So the first feeling of lack, is it the feeling of lack of deservability, or is it the feeling of lack of being good enough that takes you away from prosperity and abundance?
So the lack is lack of deservability. Okay, you don't deserve it. It's the lack of self acceptance. This is a major lack in most people. When you don't accept yourself, you cannot expect the universe to shower you with abundance, because self acceptance and abundance, they go hand in hand. They always go hand in hand. You accept yourself first, you accept everything about yourself, and that's how abundance manifests. And again, we're just not talking about money abundance, abundance in relationships, in love, in health, in everything that we are. What do you think?
So I couldn't agree more. I could agree more. And
Kanchan, there are
there
so
are,
many emotions, and it feels you want to say so many things, but I don't know.
you know me a bit too well. You know me a bit too where, I was remembering instances where I have seen people, I have experienced people with ample of everything, ample
Ample
of
of.
money, ample of
Hmm.
everything, like
Hmm.
ample of money, ample of wealth, ample of um ample of relations or relatives or whatever XYZ celebrations around it. Yet there is a vacuum as far as a lifestyle. There is a vacuum as far as enjoying that abundance.
Hmm. True.
And there is a mindset of uh, either only holding or only receiving, or a mindset of non giving.
Hmm.
And in those mindset also, prosperity doesn't show or it doesn't grow. I feel so. What do you feel?
True, true. Absolutely. Absolutely. Having abundance in your life is one thing. Being present to that abundance is another thing. Because the moment you are present, you operate from the grace state. You operate from the gratitude space. So that only tends to increase your abundance. But what if, you're describing this kind of person who has everything in life, who's abundant, or so it seems to you, but then there's lack of grace and gratitude. So the abundance that you're seeing in him or her, the same person is not witnessing the same abundance, right? It's all about being present that you're abundant. A
I
person who
remember.
has, sorry,
Sorry. Please continue.
someone would feel so abundant with just 5 dresses hanging in her closet, versus someone who may have 25 but still keep wondering, oh, I don't have enough clothes to go to a party. So
Oh,
it's
that
all.
happens with every woman. Let's not bring that topic on. you know, uh, Meghna, going back to celebrations and going back to the feeling of abundance, how do you think that we can bring about that feeling of sharing, that feeling of making the prosperity or making the money multiply through giving?
Giving is one way. I would say, when I teach abundance, I always say that giving and sharing is abundance's best friend. Best friend. And I have this affirmation put up right in the front of my vision board. It says, I have because I continue to give. And I love reading that, and I love, uh, the positivity that giving and sharing brings is that when you give and share, you're like telling to the universe that, oh, I have enough, I have a lot of it. And it's in a way, it's like, saying thank you to the universe. Thank you so much that I have enough, that I can give enough. So I think that's a primary thing to do, to not even live your abundance but also manifest more of it into your life. I think it's a must requirement for abundance.
So, you are a high performance coach. You teach people, you train people on overcoming limiting mindset. You train people on uh, transforming and changing their belief around prosperity, abundance, and money. What is the biggest challenge that most people come to you with?
The biggest challenge that most people come, they enter the world of trading and investing, so far that I've noticed, is their limiting beliefs about money. Totally. So many people have this, and these are the little imprints that have been, been a part of them without them realizing it. Either parents condition you that way, or these are little messages that you receive from the community, your people around you while growing up. You may experience them yourself, you've read somewhere, you've seen people behave somewhere from wherever. But these are all the little conditionings, and with all these conditioning, itna sara kachra bhar ke, when they come and start trading to make money, what happens is khat khat khat, all of these come directly in front of them, and ऐसा लगता है कि अब तक कहाँ थे ये सारे beliefs, and they start experiencing them and they start living these limiting beliefs. फिर fear आ जाता है, hope आ जाती है, greed आ जाती है. So all these things start manifesting, and then majority of the people, they retreat back saying that stock markets are a gamble, it's very difficult, it's not for everyone, and all these limiting things, but those select few who are able to work on their limiting beliefs and really, I mean, really do the work and move on to the other side, that's where they experience that it was nothing complicated, it was very simple, it was just about my belief system about money and wealth that was stopping me so far. So I think this is number
तो
one. And the more,
टॉप टॉप 10 या टॉप 5 लिमिटिंग बिलीफ्स क्या होती हैं?
सो सबसे पहले तो लिमिटिंग बिलीफ होती है कि ट्रेडिंग का पैसा बहुत इजी मनी होता है, और जितना इजी मनी जितना इजीली आता है उतना ही इजीली चला जाता है. दैट इज द नंबर
बट
वन बिलीफ.
मनी तो इजी ही आना चाहिए ना. अगर हम
दैट्स व्हाट
मनी
यू
के पीछे अपनी अगर हम मनी के पीछे अपनी लाइफ वेस्ट कर देंगे तो जिएंगे कब? मनी तो इजी आना चाहिए.
open your eyes, babe, open your eyes and look at people around you. They slog for 8-10 hours, and the kind of work they put in, sacrificing so
12
many things
hours,
around.
16 hours.
Yes. So the message that they have been getting is you need to work hard for money, right? So that's the number one limiting belief. Second is that, all about limiting core beliefs about money itself. कि पैसा जो होता है वो, it is all about जो हार्डवर्क से आया हुआ पैसा है वो संभाल के रखना चाहिए. इट इज ऑल अबाउट दैट. तो पैसों को ऐसे जकड़ के रखते हैं. दे डू नॉट गिव, दे डू नॉट कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट, दे डू नॉट शेयर इट विद अदर्स, एंड दैट कॉजेज मोर लैक एंड स्कैसिटी. बढ़ता है. लैक इज लाइक अ snowball, it has a snowball effect. The more you live it, the more it becomes a part of you, it becomes your second nature. You will not feel you are separate from that trait of yours,
So
and that's a very dangerous.
if lack has a snowball effect, the opposite can also have a snowball effect.
Absolutely, and it has a bigger snowball effect, a bigger one, because that multiplies. If you are talking abundance to me, somewhere I'm going to be having this abundant feelings in me. This somewhere I'm getting this message that hey, Kanchan is only talking about there's so much to give, there's so much in the universe. How come she's talking about it? The positivity is contagious. It makes me also feel that maybe even I should start thinking like her. Maybe there is too much in the universe. Maybe there is enough for all. So it's
There is
very
enough
contagious.
for all, लेकिन हम सब अपने अपनी डे टू डे प्रॉब्लम्स में घिर के रह जाते हैं. Like I work 3 days a week. बाकी 4 days I'm just managing my own life. I don't know how to
I
manage it.
know. And here I want to say I envy you. I've told you a lot of times I envy you on
I
this one.
I so wish and pray that even you get to work like maybe 10
I know.
hours, maybe 15 hours, whatever you choose to every week, and be joyous
Don't
in that.
always be careful what you wish for. If I start doing that, I'm going to be visiting your house every week, and then you say मैंने कहाँ बोल दिया है इसको.
You're most welcome, darling. You're most
But what
welcome.
you're saying, Kanchan, is so true, because a lot of times you just go through life. I mean, weeks turn into months, months into years, and the constant feeling that you live life is like और चाहिए मुझे ये चाहिए मुझे वो चाहिए, without taking the time off to realize the abundance that you have in the present moment. Oh my god, my relationships are so fulfilling at this moment. At this moment, my health is perfect. I have great vitality. My connections are so authentic. So, these are all the little ways in which abundance is manifesting in your life on a daily basis. But how often do we take the time to sit back and actually think about all the abundance that you're surrounded with at this moment of time? Isn't it?
Now, when you talk about abundance and when you talk about lack, and then you spoke about some belief system, तो मंत्रा क्या है लैक टू अबंडेंस में आने का, और मंत्रा क्या है कि उस बिलीफ सिस्टम को ऐसे चेंज करें. I remember once, like I literally had tears in my eyes when I told you that I've made accounts and I've calculated this, and this is the
Ah.
expense. तो
I will never forget that.
मेरे लिए it's a big challenge. It's a big challenge to even keep track of what is abundant and what is not.
The one, just three words are so magical content when it comes to abundance, and there's abundance for anything and everything, which is I am enough. I am enough in all my relationships. I am enough in my health. I am enough in my vitality. I am enough in love. I am enough in self expression, self acceptance. I
But
am enough in wealth and
Meghna,
prosperity.
I will kind of interrupt you here. The I am enough is enough spoken about.
That's
Do
the
you
whole problem. That's the whole problem. It's just
do
spoken
you
about.
think, yeah, do you
It's
think just an affirmation like people do, they literally chant affirmations, they literally write down affirmations, they literally sit and meditate, oh, I am enough, 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 I am enough. But then, do you have the compassion towards yourself to feel that you are enough? Do you love yourself to feel that you are enough?
exactly that's where it comes in. When spoken words is one part of it, but when you do not feel those words, as you rightly said, I think all those people who are doing this should just go back and read Louis Hay. The way the affirmations have not just to be done, but to be felt with and to be lived every day of your life. Right? She has been the living example of this. And the way she describes it, I mean, she's changed millions of lives. I'm sure when you're an ardent follower and someone who really believes in her work. So it's like when you're saying the affirmation, it's 50% of the job. Yes, you're saying the words. But what about the other 50%, as you rightly said, about feeling those words, about having the feeling that you are already enough? That's how affirmations are meant to be done, right? As if it's already manifested into your life.
Just like when it comes to love, when it comes to the feeling of being fulfilled, the feeling of not having any lack, is it the same feeling you can have for money as well?
Absolutely. All the areas in your wheel of life
लेकिन
deserve
हमको तो
abundance.
लेकिन हमको तो सिखाया गया है कि पैसे से प्यार नहीं करना है, पैसे
This
को
is
पकड़ के
exactly what we teach. You get married to someone, okay? How do you get married? How will someone, you propose to someone that will you marry me? What do you have to say to that person when you propose to him or her? You
I
have to
don't know,
tell
I've
them,
never proposed anyone.
or when you got proposed, what you say is, I love you. That's how you owned that person, right? That's how that person is with you now. And to be happily married to that person, you have to keep saying, I love you. आपने अगर पहले बोला और फिर पूरी लाइफ टाइम नहीं बोला तो बंदा बंदी भाग जाएगी, राइट? बिकॉज that I love you has to be recreated again and again and again. The person needs to be felt that he or she is loved to stay into that relationship. And relationship with money is no different. No different. You have to keep telling money, I love you, which is sadly so, especially in our society, is considered bad. It's considered as तुझे पैसे से प्यार है, मतलब तुझे और कोई चीज से प्यार नहीं है. But the thing is, आपको पैसे से बहुत प्यार हो सकता है, और सब चीजों से भी बहुत प्यार हो सकता है. It's like you can have it all. There's nowhere it's written that if you love money, you don't love your spouse, or you don't love your children, you don't love your in-laws. Nowhere it says that, right? You don't love your friends or your career, your health, your profession, anything. I love money is one affirmation which we make our students say 10 times a day. I love money. You
Oh,
have
you
to love
send me
money.
a sticker of the same, huh?
Yes, वो तो आपने फाड़ के फेंक दिया होगा, आई एम श्योर अबाउट
It's there on my laptop, girl.
इट.
I'll send you a picture after the conversation.
Lovely.
So, when you say, I love money, just like in life, if you love something, you don't hold it too tight.
Exactly. You just let it
क्योंकि
flow.
you just let it flow. क्योंकि जब हम प्यार की बातें करते हैं in our
Mhm.
relationships, we hold people so tight that we suffocate them.
Exactly. Exactly.
Or at times we let them so loose that we start feeling that we're losing them. We do not give them enough value, importance, time, space, attention, everything. Similarly, अगर हम पैसे की एनर्जी को देखें तो आप कैसे कोरिलेट करोगे?
So it's like, that's how when we talk about abundance, that's how the feeling should be. That's what I feel is ke wealth and prosperity that you're experiencing is something that has always been here. It's you who have chosen to walk the path for a few years. Some of us 70 years, 80 years, 60 years, whatever it is that we have chosen to walk this path. So it's like when you come to the planet, you just come, experience abundance and wealth and prosperity, and you move away. It's not yours to keep. You have to have this
Exactly.
this you have to have this mindset that मैं जब तक यहाँ पे हूँ तब तक ये मेरा है. And
I'm enjoying the luxuries of the
I'm
planet
enjoying for the time being
through
I'm
the
here.
energy of money, right?
Yeah, and then I'm going to move on and pass it on to my generations, and they will pass it on to theirs, and they will pass it on to theirs. I'm enjoying what is left to me by my ancestors, and I want to do the same for my generations. Kanchan, that whole thought relieves you or of a lot of anxiety about money. ये जो पैसा collect करना है, I want to like preserve a lot of money for myself. I want to buy properties, I want to buy this, I want to ensure that my kids are taken care of. There are a whole lot of feelings that go around with it, but this whole mindset about I'm enjoying till the time I'm here, and then I'll pass it on to my kids and move on. It kind of relieves you. It gives you a more relaxed peace of mind where you can actually make more money from.
जब तुमने कहा कि I want to save for this and keep for my next generation and all those, मुझे एक कहावत याद आ गई. I remembered a proverb which I've heard as a child कि पूत सुपूत तो काहे धन संचय. पूत सुपूत तो काहे धन संचय, पूत कुपूत तो काहे धन संचय. Which means that if your next generation is is capable,
Hmm.
then you don't need to preserve for them. You can live your life. You don't need to really, really work hard on saving for the next generation. And if
Exactly.
your next generation is not capable enough, then whatever you save and preserve and keep
Ah, I
will
know.
never be enough. And coming from a similar background as yours, I have seen growing up that the elders in the family would always talk about saving for the next generation, always talk about, as you said, this property, this asset, that asset. But you then spend your life collecting those things first and then managing them.
True.
Where is the time to enjoy? So, when we talk about abundance and prosperity, creation of wealth, managing wealth versus enjoying wealth, how does that happen?
So
What
when you
mindset
create,
does that require?
When you create wealth, you are always in the action zone. That is one difference between creation and wealth and managing wealth. When you're managing wealth and when you're letting it grow, that is the time where you have to utilize, where you have to really manifest the abundance mindset. That is when it really works for you. And it's kind of a cycle, Kanchan. If you see, the more abundant you are, the more peaceful and relaxed you are, and the more you are in the space to attract profitable opportunities coming your way. But on the contrary, if you're not abundant, if you're experiencing lack and scarcity, the more stressed you are, and then you feel opportunities are not coming your way. The idea is, the secret is, thoughts are things. You think that your thoughts are not listening to you, but they're actually listening to you. They
Each
are
thought, each
constantly listening.
thought.
Yes, exactly.
And if you are spiritually involved, if you are an empath, if you are somebody who can read beyond what is visible, then probably you can read the thoughts of the others as well.
Exactly. That's a positive and a negative too, you know that.
So while giving and receiving money,
Hmm.
what are the kind of thoughts we should have?
While giving and receiving money, one standard thought that all of us should have is blessing thoughts. One simple thing is, suppose you're not liking the way someone else is spending their money, we get so judgmental about that whole thing. Why is the person wearing such an expensive dress? How come they go to these kind of holidays? How come they're living in this kind of house, and so and so? It's all about that. But you're not realizing, when you're criticizing them, you are beating up on your own abundance. So it's that way. And when you're giving money, when you have to give it with an abundant mindset, just these words, whenever you hand out money to anyone, just say, bless you with this money. So you're in a way clearing the energy of all the money exchange that's happening to and from you. To and from you. This is one thing that I've even taught my little kids. Even my daughter, when she hands over, the 10 rupee note to the gavaiya, when she goes down, सुबह गाय को घास खिलाने जाती है, that's what she says. She'll give 10 rupee note and she'll say loudly, bless you. It's such a beautiful thing to see her do that.
So when we bless money,
Hmm.
when we bless the money that comes to us and the money that we give to someone,
Hmm.
what is the energy that transfers in our being and the other person's being?
Hmm.
Emotion. What is the emotion that transfers?
The emotion that transfers is one that of love, one that of abundance, and one that is something that really blesses the person across. That's something that really
तो
transfers.
बेसिकली मुझे अभी तक इस कॉन्वर्सेशन से जो समझ में आया मेघना, which is again something which I've never heard commonly used. I feel money is a spiritual energy.
Absolutely.
You sure?
True. 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 Very true.
Then if it is a spiritual energy, तो money के साथ में इतनी नेगेटिव एनर्जी क्यों अटैच्ड है?
When you think of money as something that's not enough, that's constantly lacking in your life, that creates more negativity around money. When you criticize people, when you criticize your own bills, the fact that you have bills is proof that you're living a fulfilled life. You're having water to use, you're having electricity to use, you're having a comfortable lifestyle. That's why you have bills. But when you criticize the same bills, मतलब ऐसे भाव से हम बिल्स भरते हैं, यार बहुत खर्चा हो गया इस बार, बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया इस बार। वो भाव से अगर हम पैसा भरते हैं for the bills, then that shows lack.
So, which means that the service that you're receiving in return of the money is a service which will not give you fulfillment.
Yeah, it doesn't give you fulfillment, and it kind of gives a message to the universe that whatever comfort that you're experiencing is never enough for you. Then
You
why
know,
give the comfort in the first place?
yeah, we all need comfort, right? We all
That's
need comfort. And if we need comfort, if we wish to enjoy the comfort, if we wish to enjoy the luxury, why do we crib on spending?
Exactly. It's all connected. I think all of us should practice the new abundant mindset for at least 21 days and see the effect that it has first on your thoughts, on your well-being, on your happiness, and then you will find it spill over to everything outside of yourself. I mean, everything starts from inside, right? पहले वो change अंदर महसूस होता है. And then gradually you'll see how everything changes on the outside as well. How it becomes easy for you to attract more opportunities to make money. Your relationships are more fulfilled. Love flows.
When I wanted to change my belief on money, the you want to attend to something?
No, no, I'm good. Sorry. That was my daughter. Sorry.
Oh, hi, Maisha. So when I wanted to work on changing my belief on money, the first statement that I was given was that I am a money magnet.
True. That you are,
In
Kanchan.
it just happens, I don't put in any effort. I don't even know how to sell. So whatever happens just happens. So uh, thank you, Aniket. Thank you for the
Thank
compliment.
you.
So yes, when you affirm and affirm with the belief of whatever you wish to attract in your life, it works, right, Meghna?
Yes.
तो जब आप माइंडसेट चेंजेस करते हो तो do you need to go deep into people's emotional state as well? Do you need to work on their DNA level belief system, or is it just affirmations that will work?
See, to work on the depth of their emotions and their DNA is something that they need to do and not me. I am just someone who shows them the way. This is a way out. And I'm someone who shows them the work. This is the work that you need to do. If you're open to doing the work, and those who actually do the work and move on to the other side, they experience true abundance in everything in life. And that's how, it's a very funny thing, but if I tell you, where we coach people on how to make money trading the stock markets, but people usually come back with their testimonials saying that वो उसकी तो कुछ बात ही नहीं करते स्टॉक मार्केट की और पैसों की all their testimonials contain is my life has changed, I'm a new person now. और their families would come and say यार कि यार इनको तो आपने बदल दिया, आपने ऐसा क्या किया इनके साथ, अभी तो घर में बड़ी शांति हो गई है, हमारे झगड़े कम हो गए हैं, इनका वेट लॉस हो गया है, whatever. So it's this kind of change. So it's all about changing your mindset, and if you do the work, things will happen to you. It's that way.
So
Someone
when
just needs
when
to show
you
the way.
sorry,
Someone just needs to show you the way. I just said.
of course, and one should be open to receiving when someone is showing the way. One should be
Exactly.
open to receiving because um, क्या होता है most of the time when we have a certain belief system, the people who've shown us the way has shown it in a manner, चाहे वो हमारे पेरेंट्स हो, चाहे वो हमारे सराउंडिंग एनवायरनमेंट में हमसे जो भी सीनियर्स हमको गाइड कर रहे हैं, टीचर्स हो, they've shown it in a manner which has been pinpointing, which has
Exactly.
been not making you feel good enough, which
Hmm.
has been making you feel as if you're being blamed for something.
True.
So even when a coach at times shows you the way, people think that they are being blamed.
True. True.
So moving from that emotion, how do you take them to an emotion of understanding that the work that needs to be done internally is beyond blame and shame? कैसे लेके जाते हो? Because trading में तो most people who come, they come with a mindset of wanting a lot in a very short span.
True. That's why there's a curriculum. That's why there's frameworks, and we believe into frameworks. Frameworks give you the a kind of structure to your learning. So सीधा जाके उनको बोलेंगे यार आपका बिलीफ ऐसा ऐसा है और आपको चेंज करना है, बंदा बेचारा डर के भाग जाएगा, बोलेगा आई डोंट वांट टू लर्न हाउ टू मेक मनी बिकॉज दिस इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. See, looking into yourself and confronting the fears is very difficult. It's easier to learn a
Very
strategy to make
difficult.
money. So what we do it is first we work on a lot of other things. We work on clarity, we work on developing, building a core purpose for your life, we work on your core ideology, we work on the core values, we work on all these basic things. और वो सब काम हो जाने के बाद we work on beliefs and abundance. That's where the receptivity is there. The person is listening to you and a person sees कि यार मेरे को इतना सारा कुछ करना है and I'm very clear, but I don't want to let these limiting beliefs stop me. I don't want to let my lack of abundance stop me. I have to work on these first so that I get there. So that's how they really open up. So it's all about getting the right framework for them to go on to the next level of beliefs and abundance.
And how many people have you coached into changing their beliefs till now, Meghna?
A very difficult content. A lot of them, because there are a lot of बहुत सारे encounters होते हैं. There are free programs, free courses. ऐसा लगता है कि ज्ञान तो बट रहा है. How many people? It's like गंगा बहती है, तो it's upon the people to come और प्यास किसे बुझानी है. It's that way, right? My guru always says that. So you can never count really, and you don't want to count as long as you know that you are making a difference. It's a ripple
Which
effect.
means counting and numbers are not important, right?
Sorry.
Which means counting and numbers are not
No,
important,
it doesn't
right?
mean that. Great. This was good fun, Kanchan. This conversation was good fun.
Same here. I am so enjoying this conversation. And before we close, what is that one final thing you want to tell people about getting into prosperity, getting into building their abundance, getting into loving themselves and the people around them, getting into the mode of growth, positive envy, not jealousy?
Not jealousy. Perfect. The one thing that I would really like to tell all of those who you are listening right now is that abundance is something that it's like you can be, do, and have anything that you want to. It's anything and everything. It is just that you need to realize and keep reminding yourself every single moment that you're alive is that abundance is nothing but your ability to manifest your thoughts at your will. So the free will is absolutely important here. The free will to feel abundance. So at any time that you feel lack and scarcity coming on, just realize that you're not using the free will to bring in abundance in your life. Just bring that free will back, and then you'll realize that you can be, do, and have anything that you want. And that's quite a powerful thought, especially when you're feeling disempowered.
Wow. So, guys out there, this Diwali, don't just worship the goddess of abundance. Be the goddess of abundance. Be the god of abundance. Be whoever you want to be. You can manifest the energy of prosperity through love. Money is as spiritual an energy as love is. If love is the energy of the other dimension which connects you to the universe and everything in the universe, then money is the spiritual energy which allows you to enjoy the abundance of the universe. So embrace both. And it is good to know and it is good to hear when people say that you are abundant. Enjoy your abundance, feel abundant, grow in prosperity and love with the mindset of positive envy and success.
How beautifully narrated, Kanchan. Superb. Superb.
Thank you so much, Meghna. Thank you for being a part of my journey. And thank you for sharing abundantly, not just your knowledge, not just your love, but also your wealth. Because I know when we started the COVID Seva at the Kanchan Foundation, you were the first one to initiate giving and sharing with the world.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
all the
so
opportunities.
much. Thank you
And
so
thank
much
you for
for
inviting
being
me
here.
over to this show. It was super fun. With you, it always is, irrespective of any topic, but today was good fun. Thank you.
Lots of love to you. Lots of love. May you shower in abundance of love, joy, prosperity, wealth, and everything this Diwali and always. Goodbye. Good luck, everyone.
Thank
Take
you.
very good care
Goodbye.
of
Thank
yourself.
you, Kanchan. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you, Keshav. Thank you. Bye. Happy
That's
Diwali.
lovely. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Happy Diwali. Bye bye.